Hi guys, we're back. We're a little late, but it is time for the vlog. We missed the last Monday of the month for February, but we're back for March. I'm Josh.
I'm Brittany. Hey.
How you doing? We just wanted to touch base with you guys coming again. Sorry for the lateness. It seems like every time Britt and I talk about any kind of a schedule, something happens and computers fail or, meteors hit the earth. Or in this case, we all got sick, which was fun. Started with me, and then everybody sadly felt like dominoes. I felt really bad for that. But we're here now, and we're glad you guys are here, and we figured we'd chat for a while, and you are just laughing all crazy at me.
No, I'm not.
But that's okay. After watching the last vlog, I decided that my goal now is to not act as wooden as Hayden Christensen in a Star Wars movie. So maybe I won't put people to sleep or make them just sad. Anyway, what are you vaping?
I have the Ranger today, Tugboat V2, and a new dot mod tip, and this big giant monstrosity.
Giant bottle of inconvenience.
Yeah, it's kind of a mess, but it's here and it's what I have.
All right. I in typical fashion, I am using my RX 200 Tugboat V2. Also have the dot mod drip tip, a gold one on here. These are great.
You just got like 5 of them in today too. He won a contest.
I wasn't going to talk about that at all
Why?
because I'm bad at talking about myself. I did. I got runner-up in the dot build of the month, which was really cool. Never won anything before, ever. I know everybody says that, but I really mean it. She wins everything. She will enter contests and forget about them. All of a sudden, I got like a Kindle and $1 million from a contest that I entered on a whim 4 months ago that I don't remember.
I won $1 million.
She wins stuff all the time. I've never won anything. So it was really cool. Big thanks to Dot Mod, sent me out some drip tips and some anarchist wire. Really excited about that. It was a cool thing. Very exciting.
Yeah, 22 gauge anarchist wire too, so I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah, great big. It'll be good. Also, what I am vaping, one of the things I wanted to talk about, I pulled out my Sigelli, and I've got it right now with the Tugboat V3 on here, and currently...
That V3, though.
It's different.
We're not fully used to it yet, but, excuse me, we are going to mess around with them some more, and then I'll have a video going up on the V3 soon.
Yeah, it's pretty, it looks amazing. The airflow's different, but not bad, just sort of trying to get used to it.
I find it's kind of harder to get used to compared to, like, the V2 that's been around and we've used, like, a lot more. So it's a thing.
You find that thing, you get used to your comfort zone, and then anything different always feels a little strange.
Yeah.
What I'm using in this that I wanted to talk about just briefly is this. Picked this up from Fluent Vapors, Addie's Yogurt. This is a collaboration between Toonie, who seems to be the nicest guy in the entire world. Hi. Just wonderful. Just a wizard when it comes to heat treatment on existing mods. Just taking really cool stuff and making it even cooler. He's great, and the collaboration came with also on Instagram, Fresh0133. I don't know your actual name. I wish I did, because you seem super cool too. And then, of course, the great people at Fluent Vapors. And the cool thing about the liquid, as you're still laughing at me,
is you're just like taking control. It's kind of cool.
Sorry, It's the proceeds went to not blowing smoke, which not only made me feel really good, and if that's not enough to sell you on it, it is delicious.
Yeah, it's really good.
Really,
good job,
really
Toonie.
Good.
I was gonna, while you were still talking about Toonie, he is Toonie219, I believe, over on Instagram.
Yeah.
Just an all-around cool dude. You know, he's always posting build shots, and he's just a really thoughtful sweetheart. He sent us a couple things over that we have used and loved. Haven't used too many of them recently, but we have an RDA graveyard that kind of the stuff that we don't use every day ends up in. And not that Toonie stuff is graveyard material. It's just we need to cycle it back into rotation and pull it out.
Well, there's like two sides to the graveyard. There's the stuff that we don't use regularly, and then there's the stuff that's like rusty clones from a year and a half ago. That
yeah, we still have that plume veil, that black plume veil that fell apart
everywhere. Oh, the
Yeah.
Plume Veil clone. Yeah, that was fun for the 3 weeks before it. Yeah.
It is vapey in here.
Well, that's good. That's what we're doing. That's what we're here for.
Did you talk about you talked about your 2 setups.
I did talk about my 2 setups.
All right. So, we did mention the Tugboat V3 coming up in a video.
Mm-hmm.
I still have to build. He's been doing all the builds lately. So, I have to do kind of like, I'm still getting over this, like, phlegm. It's gross. Sorry.
I blame
wanna,
myself.
I want to put in one of my just like staple 24 gauge 8 wrap dual coils in there and see how that works for me on the V3. We're also, I think, going to do the Noisy Cricket together. We discovered a couple things about the Noisy Cricket that I didn't know. The Easy Dripper, still on the queue. We tried the Aeolus Light, and you have an RDA on order.
I do. I'm really, really excited. I pre-ordered the Goon RDA coming out, designed by, I first saw it through Blue Eyed Goon on Instagram also. It looks really, really cool. Lots of build room. That's going to be really fun. I can't wait until I get my hands on that.
You've really embraced Instagram.
I have embraced Instagram.
I love Instagram.
I was never a social media guy, and yeah, now I am.
It's cool. So what else? Do you want we have just a brief list. Do you want to move down the list?
We could move down the list.
Because next up is Advocacy.
Advocacy.
Who'd you call today?
Excuse me. Today I made the call to Governor Brown's office in California. Now, we are in Colorado. We're not in California. We'll post the phone number in the notes and the contact info. You don't have to be a resident of California to call.
Anybody in the U.S.
Yeah.
Anybody who orders from any vendor in California. Online sales, Flawless, .mod.
Okay,
there's a ton of them. There's a ton
hundreds. You know, and the big thing with what's going on now in California, and I'm sure everybody watching this has heard, and if you haven't heard, some bad legislation is getting passed. It's getting pushed through. It's the same shady bills that were out in the special sessions at the end of 2015, and they're going to kill the industry in California.
Yeah.
No online sales, no advertising, classified as tobacco products, crazy tax. You know, and it's given the fact that California accounts for such a huge percentage of the vapor industry in the U.S., we're all going to feel it. I mean, this is it. This is the fight. Everybody's talking about how the fight, you know, it's just getting started. It's just coming. This is a big one. It's a big one.
Yeah,
and everybody should call. We got to get this veto, this bill, this SBX 2-5. Just ask the governor. Just tell his office you want him to veto it. He's got to veto it and explain, even if you're not from California. I called up. The gentleman I spoke to was super nice, very helpful. Didn't take long to get through. I know some people had trouble. I think the community as a whole probably blew up their phone lines, which is great. And I just explained, hey, look, I'm not from California. I order from California companies regularly. And if this bill passes, myself and others all over the country will no longer have access to life-saving products. The bill is irresponsible. It'll be detrimental to the economy in California as well as American health. Tell them that. Just say, I'm strongly opposed to this, and I care enough to even call from out of state. Make your voice heard.
I think it was Grim Green. I don't know where he got this stat, but he posted on Instagram, and it was something outrageous, like 65% of the vaping industry is located out there in California. So, and I kind of feel like in the past, if something starts in California, that's like the beginning, and then it tends to like sweep across the rest of the nation. So if this happens, if this goes down in California and this bill is not vetoed, I feel like that is going to affect eventually everybody across the entire United States. It's
certainly going to set a precedent for, you know, what local governments think that they can do, and you know, not to get. I'm trying really hard not to go. I get a little Boondock Saints when it comes to things like this. I'm trying to keep it together. You know, the fact that they will, you know, we can smoke a carton of cigarettes a day and drink a handle of vodka and act irresponsible and destroy our bodies, and that's fine. But now they want to tell us we can't make this choice for ourselves.
Yeah. They really want to just hand the industry over to big tobacco for the cash flow and the revenue. Is really all it boils down to.
It's money. It's financially driven, and that's, to me, as a voter, as an American, that's unacceptable. To put people, their constituents, at risk to make a buck is unacceptable. And I've been trying to find positives wherever I can. And one silver lining to all of this, as things move forward in California, and as things move forward in other states, this is kind of happening at a strange time where we're fortunate in that we're going to see our legislators showing where their loyalties actually lie just in time for November, right in time for elections.
That's true, yeah.
We will know where they stand, and if they don't stand with us, we all have a responsibility as voters, as vapers, to get them out of office. Get them out of office, and get people in office who actually care about their citizens. You're laughing.
You're going all like politician.
I'm so
bashing
angry.
on me.
I'm so angry that it's not all politicians. It's just.
Well, what I would, as far as like advocacy and stuff goes, what I would like to see a lot more of is kind of communication about it in brick and mortar vape shops. You know, we've only been to maybe 4 or 5 different vape shops around us, and not once in any of those shops have we heard about advocacy. And I think that's kind of a problem. I did once. There was an event held at a shop close to us where they were holding a cloud comp, and you could not enter unless you proved that you had signed the petition that's true. We did
to the White House. And while that is a small measure, and people have argued that petitions don't do anything, every little bit helps. Every tiny little thing is one more step to making our voices heard. So, you know, it might not help immensely, but it's not hurting anything. And it certainly doesn't hurt to try and call. If you're a vapor, I'm getting support now. If you're a vapor for whatever reason, if you quit smoking and this has saved your life, if you saw somebody do it and it looked cool and you just tried it, even though you never smoked but still fell in love, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter why you vape. We all have that responsibility now because we all love it. We're all in this. And if we want to continue, we have to do something. And now's the time. It's not the time to say, let's run and hide, let's do it. Now's the time. Again, throw your weight into it full force and show these people who they're dealing with as a whole.
Okay.
There you go.
I think you got the point across.
That's my deal. I'll try and be a little happier now.
So there you go. That kind of wraps up Advocacy Hour here in the vlog. But I also, this kind of ties into a little, maybe not quite so much advocacy, just like vapor responsibility as well. You know, just recent events that happen that you hear about in the news of batteries in pockets and just all the information that's coming out. That's exactly what they're looking for, is stories of irresponsible users, or maybe not irresponsible, but people who kind of demonstrate that they don't fully understand exactly everything about vaping, especially with battery safety. So I think that's kind of another big important issue too, that not only do vapors have a responsibility to do their research about what they're doing and using, but again, going back to the shops, you know, throwing a little bit of responsibility onto users and shops to make sure that people are using their devices and their batteries safely. Yeah. And, you know, there's no risk of the media just taking it one story and running with it and giving these senators and congressmen even more power to try and shut it down.
Yeah, you know, it's honestly at this point, every accident is just a headline.
Ammunition. It's ammunition that they're waiting for.
And it doesn't matter that cell phones explode, you know, so much more than vapor products, and that vapor products, it's a rare thing, and usually it's user error and not faulty manufacturing or a dangerous device. They don't care. It's a headline. It's a headline that furthers an agenda.
Yeah.
You know, again, we all got to do our part. You got to know what you're using, how to use it safely.
Yeah, exactly. So do some research, know what you're doing, talk to some other people, maybe some newer users, and just get the information out there, you know. Offer up any advice that you can give, or, you know, phone number if you're like sponsoring a smoker. We personally haven't done too much of that, but if you sponsor a smoker, give them all the information that they need. You know, let them know that they can reach you anytime with questions and support.
Your sister and brother-in-law, we backed them and got them set up with devices when they quit. I mean,
yeah,
that's
it's a
that's
good
all it
feeling
takes.
too. It's a really good feeling knowing. I mean, people. I can't remember who told me this, but it makes absolute sense. People love helping other people. That's why there are, you know, hundreds of thousands of YouTube channels with free information. Utilize all of your resources. Use the information available to you. Learn about the things that you are passionate about or interested in getting into, and like fully grasp and understand it. There you go. So
now you know.
Yeah. Enjoy your references and use them. Okay,
let's tell that's half the battle.
Let's move on to Zample Box.
Zample Box.
Zample Box is fun.
Zample Box is fun. We talked a little bit. We gave you a hint last time we did a vlog about the flavors we were going to talk about, and now we're going to talk about how they were.
Well, we have the box here. Ah, I spittled.
So I'm not the only one.
It's a vaping channel. You haven't even been vaping. What is this?
That's because I haven't shut up. They all want me to shut. They're like, please, God, tell that guy just to vape and shut up.
Okay, so this was our January Zample Box that we kind of did a quick preview in of our last vlog. And we did go through and try all the flavors. I don't have the detailed notes on what we thought about in front of me, but I can tell you right off the bat what we liked and what we didn't.
I remember quite a bit about the ones that I tried.
You tried this one first. This is Belgian.
Belgian
by
the Purveyors. It's kind of an interesting bottle. We've got a great big kind of Paul Revere looking guy. I don't know where he comes into it, if that's a thing. I like their logo with the cutlass and the compass there. It's neat. This is a blueberry Belgian waffle, and true to form, it tastes just like a blueberry Belgian waffle. I didn't
care for it.
Yeah,
I didn't care for that one.
I'm not a huge breakfast guy when it comes to vape. It's like hit and miss. I either like it or I don't. This actually is one of the few that's fallen right in the middle, where this was good. It didn't blow my mind, but I enjoyed it. I mean, it was good. I couldn't do it, not all day. Very few things I find are all day vapes for me, but this was not bad. Not bad at all.
This is actually an unopened bottle, which is kind of a little confusing in the context of the video. But the first one I tried was I Heart Donuts. I love donuts. It's a heart, so I say I heart donuts. I actually fell in love with this right off the bat the first time I tried it, even though it does have kind of a weird waxy-ish aftertaste. What was the flavor? This was like a blueberry...
That's like a blueberry...
Sugary glazed cake donut with blueberries.
Yeah.
They have an I Heart cookies as well. So we have a second box because of repurchase. Kinda. So in our first January box, it was actually delivered to, this is the first time we ever tried Zample Box, was in January. We were set to receive our first box in January, and our postal guy delivered it to somebody else.
Yeah, it showed up somebody. It showed it was delivered, never made it here. Had to open a whole thing with the post office so they could try and track it down. They had no clue.
So Zample Box actually sent us out a replacement box, which we received only a couple days after the original box showed up, and the I Heart Donuts was a repeat in our replacement box. So that's why this bottle's full, but I have used a full bottle of
Actually,
this.
that bottle's not the repeat. That's my fault. I forgot to dump the water because I went to rinse it out, and it's...
No, you're serious. This is water in here?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's my fault. That thing's empty. She sucked that down in
good, because I almost drifted.
6 hours. I was ready to jump in and do the Hollywood slow-mo dive if you tried.
So this is just water?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you told me that.
I went to clean the bottle.
I almost dripped this. Okay, so it's just water.
I try and clean the bottles if we're going to reuse them or recycle them so the nicotine's not still.
Another flavor that I actually really enjoyed, and it's completely gone, is by Bonsai Vapor. We did see their booth at VaporCon West.
That was good stuff.
It is Never Say Pie. I know the phone's not going to pick up on the graphics, but I really enjoyed this flavor as well. Where's my flavor? I keep putting this card away. This was the apple baked dessert, and we've had some really rough experiences with apples in the past, and I feel like this one was just done very well.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I have never ever liked Apple anything, any liquid. And then I tried this when she opened it, and I realized I don't hate Apple e-liquid. I just hate when it's not done very well.
Yeah.
This was really good.
Here, you'll just
Let's
let you
go.
talk.
I'm gonna throw
about
these
those.
up together. These are both almost still full. This is from Vapegurt. I talked about how excited I was, like the yogurt vapes. Really
Yeah.
do. This is Sally and
Patsy.
Patsy.
Patsy is a sweet peach yogurt, and Sally is a strawberry Greek yogurt.
I didn't get yogurt from these. They're creamy. They're smooth. They're overbearingly sweet.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Too much.
So,
Way too much.
yeah, so much so that I couldn't do it. I like sweet, but I mean, this was like
gagging.
Felt like I had to brush my teeth after. If you like sweet fruit flavors, this is for you. Vapegurt. Go with it.
Sweet, like creamy.
Yeah.
Creamy, fruity. I did kind of pick up on some of the yogurt, but it's not a Greek yogurt. It's not a tart, kind of refreshing Greek yogurt. It's more like a Yoplait style with like half a cup of sugar in it. It was just crazy. So those we did not care for, and we probably won't finish those.
But if you like sweet, really sweet stuff, try it out.
And then the last one that we got in January was by Royal Heights Red Whip. This was really good. This is a ripe strawberries and fresh cream. It tasted delicious. It's all gone. All 15 ml bottles. We used this completely up. My only gripe about these guys is the bottle is so stiff that it'll give you like carpal tunnel to drip out of this guy.
Literally, like actually painful.
Yeah.
To squeeze after a while.
And then once you finally like break it in and get the hang of it, in a 15 ml, your bottle's completely gone and the wrapper's like just all crinkled and folded in. So I really liked this flavor. I can't get behind the bottle.
Use a regular e-liquid bottle if you're going squeezy
like glass,
bottle, even on the small ones.
Glass is fine, or squeezy is fine, but pick a side. You know, it's kind of my thought. Okay.
See, I was going back to the vape group, trying to give it the positivity of if you like that stuff, go give it a try. Not horrible, even though I didn't. Just the same way that you did with that awful Cig device, where you just you couldn't seem to just say flat out what an awful piece of shit that thing is.
It has good flavor. It works. I think the price point on it is way too high, and it doesn't work in variable mode.
Yeah, it works sometimes, kind of, for like $100, with no versatility for anything other than the nickel. It's like you can do nickel and it kind of works, and variable doesn't work at all. And $100.
Well, let me just say this.
I'm sorry, the Cig is.
I like it, okay, but I have not repurchased any coils to go to like replacement coils, so I don't like it that much.
Yeah, there's the tell right there. Not a priority to keep up.
Well, plus
so
they're nickel. They're nickel coils,
them.
which I kind of just have my own little philosophy on, and I don't like nickel coils.
I don't know. The Cig, you were very generous on it. It was very nice of you. I think anybody that spends their money on that is just going to be banging their head against the wall.
Do you want to read what we got in February?
Sure.
We've tried a couple of these. Do we want to talk about it?
No.
Or do we just want to walk through the flavors and then we'll report back?
Yeah, same way.
February's
I think that works.
February's.
Let us know if you guys are just like, no, we can't wait. Tell us now. First one here, serial number from D Squared. Duchess from Saber Vapors, Levitation, 13th Floor, Elevapors, Pink from Vape Milk, Wake Up by Conspiracy Clouds, and then Whoopee, also by Saber Vapors. So, yeah. Yay, Zample Box, new stuff.
That's what we got in February.
Yeah.
I did want to throw out an honorable mention because we did discuss the replacement box that came from Zample Box.
Oh, yeah.
That did not include all of the same flavors we got in January.
So nice of you to do that.
We were able to test out for the first time Kilo e-liquids, and cereal milk is my jam. I love cereal milk.
Kilo was the home run out of that whole thing.
What was your flavor? Dewberry?
No, it was the Keyberry yogurt.
Keyberry yogurt.
Again, yogurt. Man.
Yeah, so I think we'll be back for some Kilo. Like, purchase it.
Yeah, both bottles of that were just like they were
Really
were
good.
gone quickly. Gone quickly.
All right, so here we are, 25 minutes in. Is there something else you want to discuss, or should we wrap this up?
I don't think so. I could always go back around to advocacy, but they're going to get really depressed, and I'm just going to seem like an angry person. Oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, the lighting's kind of playing tricks on us today, too, because it was rainy and crappy and...
Typical Colorado. It was beautiful and sunny, and then it was super rainy and dark for an hour and a half, and now the sun's out, and it could be snowing in an hour. We just don't know. So
that's why we're kind of testing out different rooms and different lighting options, because we just use the natural light, so we just have to kind of move around to accommodate that. So I think that's it.
That is it. Thank you again, Fluent Vapors, for Addie's yogurt. Super delicious. Thank you to everybody who collaborated. Such a wonderful idea. The community just you do kind of look like you're concocting something. We need more. We need more spirit like this in the vape community.
Yeah,
there are already a lot. People are already banding together. Everybody's getting that Braveheart kind of unite the clans thing going on, but we're all in this together. Today. I know, a lot of movie references. Sorry. Sorry.
All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. We're happy to be back here with the vlog. Stay tuned for some more vapey things, and we'll see you next time.
All right, good to see you guys again. Thank you.